I remember feeling worthless. I remember feeling helpless. I remember feeling as if no one cared about me, as if I wasn't worthy of being loved. I could remember way back to kindergarten, my first memories of insecurities, first things that happened. And I remember from then on really starting to be affected by depression. And it kind of never left. My senior year is when it was the worst point in my whole life. It was pretty much throughout high school, but it was my senior year that I started to, my attendance was poor. I started to skip classes, taking the city trains and buses, random trains and buses, not really knowing where they were going, just walking aimlessly around the streets because I didn't feel worthy of living. I didn't feel like I just couldn't do anything. I felt helpless and I couldn't tell anyone either. I remember walking through Battery Park, feeling very sad, crying a lot of the times just as I was walking through the park, asking God, well, why was I still living? I appeared to be happy. I appeared to be going through what normal teenagers go through, but I really wasn't. There was something inside of me that didn't want to share with anyone what I was going through. I thought that by me attending church, by me being active, by me helping other youth, somehow I was going to be okay, but it wasn't. It was not about me. It was about me seeking that relationship with God. No amount of religion, nothing that I did was going to save me. It took me about 8 years to complete my associates because I was doing the same thing I was doing in high school. I would make an attempt to stay in class. I would make an attempt to complete assignments, but once I got too personal, that was it. I wouldn't show up ever again. My 7th year, I received my last F, my last failing grade. I was heading home and I was just crying hysterically because, again, I felt hopeless. I felt I wasn't worth it. I didn't know what was going on with my life. The radio was on and a song was playing. It was from Casting Crowns, I'll Praise You in the Storm. And whereas usually that song really didn't have much of an effect on me, that day it did. As I was crying, as I was driving, I can remember all of a sudden feeling a sense of peace. That was not it didn't come from me at all. It didn't come from me. I felt the sense of peace. I felt the sense of just hope. Hope is what I felt. Something that I hadn't felt in such a long time. God was revealing to me that it's gonna be okay. That if I placed my trust in Him, if I placed my security in Him, He was gonna show me the way to go. He was gonna tell me what path to walk through. I've never felt that before. And it was that day that my life changed. I started seeking Him more, really seeking Him. I started getting more into the Word and I started looking for His direction. All of a sudden I wanted to be obedient. All of a sudden I wanted to fulfill the purpose He had for me. It was not about me anymore. It was not about my insecurities. It was not about what people did to me. It was not about what I thought people did to me. That last year I was able to finish my associates and God led me to complete my bachelor's also. It took me that 1 year to complete my bachelor's when it took me my 7 years to complete my associates. It didn't end there. Another door was open for me to continue on with my studies, and I relocated so that I can complete my doctorates in clinical psychology, which is amazing because little did I know that what I was going through, the purpose of what I was going through was to help others who are going through the same thing. Jesus really allowed me to have that experience so that I can relate to these people, so that I can know what they're going through, so I can bring people back to Him. Jesus was the one who healed me. He's the one who really took me out of my my mess and gave me hope and made me feel worthy. And it was my security in him that really got me out of this. My name is Sarai, and I am changed.